y'all, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. I have a little bit different angle going on here today. I am at the chicken house picking up eggs, and that is the weird light you see on my face. My collecting table has a light, and so my phone is covering up half of it, and my face is getting half of it, so joy. But anyway, I am a little under the weather today, if you can tell by my voice. I don't know if it's just sinus from the heat, because y'all, Mississippi heat is nothing to play with, because boy, we have some humidity that will knock your socks off. Matter of fact, you really don't want to wear socks in Mississippi during the summer because it is so hot. So I have got a little something going on, and it's driving me crazy, but we're gonna get through it, right? So we I've just been doing life this week. I'm going to turn my machine on so you may hear it in the background. I think I told you in the last video, I have a bone spur on the back of my heel, and I am in a boot. And I am in a boot today at the chicken house. When it feels good, I take it off, and when it doesn't feel good, I wear it. So I probably need to wear it all the time, and if my nurse practitioner hears this, she's going to fuss. But I have to maneuver and I have to get around, and so some days it's just better than others. But today it's hurting because last night was our bowling meeting. I should have showed you that egg. We had a bowling meeting last night to start off our fall league, and we have not thrown any. I have not thrown anything all summer long. Clarence has been in a couple of tournaments, so he has kind of stayed up on it. And it's, ooh, you see that spider web back there? Happens all the time. Sorry, squirrel. Today is one of those days. But Clarence has taken some tournaments in this summer, and so he's kind of stayed in practice. But me, not so much. I have had the foot problem, and I'm doing physical therapy on my shoulder and my hip opposite. That is, I believe, coming to an end because my insurance approved only so many. So we're taking that as it comes. I will probably continue on with some of the therapy at home. There is nothing that I'm doing at therapy that really and truly I can't do at home. Now, I don't have the bicycles and all of that stuff, but I can do the resistance bands, and I can do the steps and things like that they're, you know, that they're working with me in therapy with. So got an iced coffee today to try to help focus a little better. It has been wild. Clarence is out and about doing yards. He is mowing, and the grass is growing like crazy. We live on a dirt road, and they graded the road yesterday, so that is our signal that it's gonna rain. So Clarence said, I have to get this yard cut, or we're gonna like cut it for hay, because he literally cut Hillary and Mama's front yard for hay because it had gotten out of hand, and life happens. So this morning we're in the egg house, and I want to show you this great big old tray. This tray holds 84 eggs, and it is heavy. And when you have a boot on, trying to maneuver these things back and forth, it kind of gets a little crazy. But we're gonna make it work and make our day. We have not really done anything in the kitchen this week. Like I said, we have gone to volleyball games and different things that we wanted to be at, so we did. Grayson starts school the 15th, which today is the 6th. Some of our area schools started school yesterday. Some start today. I think our private school starts, well, some of the kids went yesterday, and then the elementary starts today. So Grayson starts on the 15th, so he's got a little more time. I need to get out and do some stuff at the pool today because I need to put some chemicals in it. It's kind of cloudy, so I found the clarifier yesterday at town, so I got some of that so I can hopefully get that cleared up. It's been it has been doing well with like algae and stuff like that. We have not had any problems with that, but we have gotten some cloudiness. Now, I don't know in your part of the world if you had any of the Sahara dust. We had it here in the South, and it was very hazy for a few days, and I don't know, my pool developed like a film on it, and so I'm not sure if it was water related or Sahara dust related. So now it's cloudy, so maybe it was water, but anyway, we have got to do some chemicals in the pool and try to get that cleared back up so we can continue to enjoy it, because Grayson thinks he needs to get into it pretty much every night. He does love it. He is a little water bug, and he is just having a great time with it. So we are just chilling today at the chicken house, picking up eggs while Clarence does his thing. And I am watching some of my favorite YouTube creators on TV. And it happens when I'm by myself. I honestly have a minute to think. And I'm always, what's the word? I'm always telling you about my messy house. And as I'm sitting here this morning watching this YouTube creator, she's talking about, you know, her house and things, and how quickly she can get everything taken care of, and then she can move on to something else, and blah blah blah. And I realized all of the YouTube creators that I watch are pretty much, I'm trying to think of one that's not, but pretty much all of the YouTube creators I watch are stay-at-home moms. I can't compete with that. Now, there are some people that will argue that I work from home, but I'm not in my home. I am here at the chicken house gathering right now over 6,000 eggs a day. There are days where I am here from early in the morning until, you know, until it's done. That's kind of our schedule. We're here until it's done. So if it is dark 30, and if you have never heard that term before, welcome to the South. Or if it's late, you know, it's got to get done. If something breaks down, it's got to be fixed before we can go and move on to something else. So I think I need to work on my grace for myself. My house is never going to be perfect. I am self-diagnosed, but I do believe ADHD is a part of my life. And I have come to the conclusion that paralysis from ADHD is a thing. It happens. Life moves forward and your house gets to be a wreck. It is what it is. So my house is never going to be Pinterest perfect. It's never going to be, you know, ready for TV. It is what it is. And I'm going to need to learn to accept that. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to live in filth. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying that there are days where there's going to be a messy kitchen. There are days where my utility room looks like the laundry basket exploded. There are days where I need to clean my bathrooms. They all get messy. But I'm not at home 24/7. I am on the farm pretty much all the time. But I can't tell my chickens, hey, stop laying for today. I need to do something at home. So I have to squeeze in my house time when I'm not here. When am I not here? At lunch. We usually stop for a couple of hours, usually about 11, and then we come back at 2, and you're saying, 2 hours. That you can get a lot done in 2 hours. You can, if you have the energy, if you don't have anything else that you need to do. But that's the lovely part of the farm. When you need to do something, you need to do it then. So there are days, yes, where I have 2 hours. There are days where I then have to run to town during that time to pick up a part or groceries or things like that. I'm looking, maybe I need to do grocery pickup, make it faster. I need to work on my list making, things like that. But there are times where I don't have that 2 hours at lunch to work on my house. So it gets pushed to the side. Then maybe I'm back in the house by 5, but then I have to cook supper. I have to, do what needs to be done. Usually Grayson likes to swim in the afternoon. So from 6 to 8, we're in the pool. He's not going to the pool by himself. He's not going to be little forever. So my house can wait. I will get to it eventually, but sometimes I'm just going to have to lay it down. This comes first in the grand scheme of things. Now there are times we have gotten away and went to the water park. We've enjoyed those times because, again, kids don't stay kids. They grow up way too fast, and then they're out and gone, or you're not cool anymore and they don't want to hang out with you. So, and as long as we can, we will do. Anyway, that's to say, that's kind of my soapbox this morning. I need to give myself a little bit more grace. I think we all need a little bit more grace in our life. We are working mamas and grandmothers, and some days there's just not enough hours in the day. My nurse practitioner has changed some of my medicine. I take a shot once a week for my diabetes. I've told you this. But she's changed it to a different medicine. And I'm not getting as much rest. I'll be honest. I have very vivid dreams, and I wake up tired. I have read, and yes, this is one of the side effects, and if it becomes bothersome, I'll let her know. But, I mean, we're just in the first week, so I feel like my body will probably get with the program. But last night was just a bad night. I had a hard time falling asleep. I didn't feel really good. And then I had dreams all night long. So I'm tired on top of everything else. It's not helping matters. So I need to rest. And so I don't know if anything could get done today in the house. I need to plan something for supper, to be honest. We were at the bowling alley last night, and so we just ate there. Not the greatest meal, but we ate. Anyway, let me get off that soapbox. I'm going to show you this. This is a double yolk. Let me show you. Everybody says, how do you know if it's a double yolk? This is how you know. It is way bigger. This is just a regular egg. And then this is the double yolk egg. So the double yolk eggs go in the Kohl's And the culls or anything like that has an imperfection. Can you see that? It has a peck in the end of it, but it's not leaking or anything. They get thrown away when they go to our hatchery. But anyway, every now and then we get the oddity. I don't know if you can see that or not. The light is really bright, but it has wrinkles. It has wrinkles. Sometimes they're just like that, and some chicken pecked it, but it's textured. Anyway, it's kind of neat. We have odd eggs all the time. Let me get real close and see if I can reach one. Tiny, tiny. Regular size and tiny. Why do they do this? This chicken may be coming back into production, or she could be going out. But anyway, little bitty tiny egg. We have all kinds. It is never a dull moment when we do have our eggs coming in. Our chickens are 48 weeks old, so we're probably going to keep them less than 10 more weeks probably. They're talking about taking us out early again at about 56 to 58 weeks. Normally they would be left in until 65, but the company is doing some changing and rearranging some scheduling and trying to get better out time for each of its growers. So they're doing a really hard job, and we're just kind of going with the flow right now. They have been really good to us, and we just have to keep up our end. So I'm going to continue to pick up eggs and see where the day takes us. Will we do anything in the kitchen? I don't know. Depends on what I figure out for supper. Let me think on that. Now, before I forget, I told you this tray had 84 holes, and it holds 84 eggs. It is 2 trays per row, so that's 164 eggs on each row. It has 30 rows, so there are 5,040 eggs in that buggy. Okay, I had an egg while ago that I said I should have shown y'all, and I did not. So I got another one. They come randomly. Anyway, can you tell? That's a rubber ball egg. That's what we call them anyway. And the best way I can describe this is, you know when you boil an egg and you peel that shell, but then you have that membrane? That's what this is. This hen, kind of see it there. This hen did not have enough calcium to produce the shell. So she spit out just the membrane around the egg. Will this hatch? No, it will not. This goes automatically into the trash. It can't even go in a tray because the tray that we keep our culls in, you see those little prongs? Yeah, that would poke that, and then it would be just a mess everywhere. Now this is another example. Looks like a regular egg, right? Well, the calcium is not hard, so it's like one of those balls that, you know, you can mash around. It's got a little bitty thin shell. It's like that all over the egg. Anyway, this chicken also did not have quite enough calcium to form a hardened shell. So this is what she came out with. So, yeah. See it, you can see it a little bit better than the rubber ball egg, because it will leave the indent. But anyway, that egg also is just to be thrown away. Now these little ones, like I showed you earlier, they really don't even have a yolk in them. So there's nothing in this egg except usually just the clear liquid, the white part of the egg. And we get them all the time, all sizes. These, we just throw these away as well. An egg has to be a certain number of ounces before it can be hatched. So, and all of ours are that, because they have reached a certain age. Now, I don't know if you remember, and I think I showed y'all we had to weigh at the first of the flock. So we only have to do that for a week or so, and then we're ready to pick up, immediately, like I showed you before, the double yolks or the regular eggs. And then you also know immediately if you have a small egg that, let me take you to the front table. I think, I had an egg just a second ago that was just a small, where did I put it? Here. Okay. So this egg looks kind of normal, right? Let me see if I can flip you around. Okay. Excuse my table because I have feathers everywhere because they are molting. Fun times. All right, so we have a regular hatching egg, and then we have our small egg. Now, that's hard to see too. Let me see if I can show you in my hand. Okay, now, can you kind of see? It looks like the double yolk and the regular egg that I had before, but this egg is actually a hatching egg, and this egg is from a hen that is probably coming back into production, but the ounces is not there for it to hatch. So it has to go into our cull eggs, which are here. So our cull eggs. Now there's 54. These flats are 54. These are our usual flats. 54, and then it's 3 flats to a row, so that's 162. And then that buggy has 32 rows, which is 5,184. So, egg of the day. So anyway, there's the 5,184 buggy. And then behind me, this buggy is 5,040. This buggy, can you see standing? It's 2 rows taller than I am. I'm 5'4". So I have to go over my head to put eggs in that buggy. This one is 32 rows, and I don't have to lift near as heavy to get to this top row. So top row, this has 32 rows, 5,184. So anyway, I prefer this height, but I kind of like the 84 egg trays. I don't know. Do I want to do them all the time? Probably not. Now when I do these trays, I stack. I can tote this at the same time. I don't know if I've ever shown you, but like the cull eggs I just showed you, they were stacked on top of each other. I can stack those on top, and then I can put these stacked. I can make it go into the correct track, the correct slide, so I can do 2 at a time on this buggy. The 84 buggy, no, I cannot do that. So this buggy, it's easier to fill because you're not having to strain as much. You pick up 108 eggs versus over there you pick up 84 at a time. So anyway, it's a little different. The length of the 84 versus the 54. So it's just kind of, it's kind of what you get used to, because we have one farm that, not our company, but a different company that has the entire row, the 162 or 168. That's They have to lift that whole thing. And I don't know that I could do that. This is my cooler. I'm gonna just flip you around. So this is where my eggs stay. This over here, that's a coal buggy. But I already have one buggy full of the 5040, and I have one more buggy to fill. Those are sale buggies, and then the yellow buggies that you see, the 5184, that's just regular buggies that we get each week. But our company is selling some eggs, so we have been filling up sale buggies. And we may, from what I've heard, it's a possibility we will have sale buggies until we sell chickens, which I'm not real thrilled with. Now, I gotta find my TV remote so I can get back into my YouTube. But anyway, little snippet, day in the life of an egg hauler, or egg, what am I, egg wrangler, catcher, chicken farmer. There you go. All right, it is late afternoon. It is, what, probably almost 8 o'clock. We've got let's see what we got going on back here. You can't really see. We've got a little bit of a sunset going on. It's kind of an orangey color right now, but anyway, I put chemicals in the pool. It's a little cloudy. Can't really see the bottoms. Yes, see? So I put in some clarifier and some other things that it needed. I don't see any bugs floating, so that's a good thing. We did not swim tonight. Grayson left early and stayed with his mom, so we did not get in tonight. I don't like to put chemicals in until after we swim, so this will be good for tomorrow. We'll get in tomorrow afternoon, I'm sure, because I don't see him going 2 days without not swimming. So anyway, all right, well, I'm gonna make my way back inside and ice my foot and probably call it a day. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I think I'm gonna chill for the rest of the night. We're in. I'm gonna go get my shower, sit down, relax, maybe have a cup of coffee and just enjoy the rest of the evening. So I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out and showing up and commenting. I really enjoy seeing all the remarks. Thank you so much. This has kind of been just a day, what I do, and I was glad to take you along. So until next time, I'll see you later.